Hi everyone, welcome to a new iProcess webcast. Today we will address some of the common misconceptions about Agile in automotive and compliance with functional safety or automotive SPICE. First, let's clarify what Agile is and what it isn't. Agile is an umbrella term containing multiple methods such as Scrum, Safe, Test-Driven Development or TDD, Feature-Driven Development or FDD, and so on that implement lean principles and dynamics. Agile development is an alternative way to develop products. Instead of following a linear flow to design, implement, and test a product, Agile delivers functionality through smaller and more frequent iterations. Think of it as baking a layer cake in slices with all layers rather than each layer separately, and in the end you integrate it to a full cake. In the Agile approach, you will see that the different layers are working together well right away, yet you will have to accept the fact that you only get part of your cake's functionality. Here's some common misconceptions. Agile means that everything is done in 2 weeks or respective sprint duration. That is not correct. Agile has planning and development activities happening over longer time frames as well. Like in our cake example, there is a planning and preparation before you start baking the first slice. Same in product development. There are activities before the integration phase. It is also very important to point out that Agile works best if there is a functioning backbone of the product that is getting modifications or features added and removed on a continuous basis, but is always providing a base functionality. Agile means no long-term planning, no documentation, no traceability. Agile requires all of the above as well, either in the early phases or ongoing in the sprints. You will see many of these actions in tickets rather than traditional PLM tools. This is where a well-designed tool integration has to come into place. Complete development in sprints. As mentioned before, there are plenty of activities that are performed before the integration sprint, and they may or may not be organized in sprints by themselves. Especially in early development phases like requirements definition or prototyping, the work effort can be decoupled from sprints. The safety lifecycle is not compatible with the Agile lifecycle. In accordance with the points mentioned before, Agile does account for preparation and planning work just as well as any other process. Work efforts like item definition, HARA, or FMEA are part of the early phases and as such to be executed before the development sprint phase begins, and then within the sprints to be updated and reevaluated. In this context, it is important to understand that there are several sprints in the pipeline at any given time. So if the FMEA gets adjusted for a change in features, that can very well be performed in the sprint planned after the current one, so the efforts are done by the time the integration sprint commences. Agile means Post-its on the wall. For sure, fun picture to imagine. But a well-run Agile development in a ticket-based environment is clear and structured, with all information and progress available at any time and to any team member. Conclusion. Although Agile development changes the way the product is developed, it doesn't change the need for a good upfront process to plan, prioritize, position the product in the marketplace, and ensure the right product is being built, which includes functional safety and other relevant industry standards and regulations.